up everyone, I'm Rachel. Welcome back to my soap making and DIY channel here in the Black Hills of South Dakota. This is my tiny basement soap shop, and today I'm going to show you how I made an In The Pot Swirl soap with some Palmarosa and lavender essential oils. But I got a bit of a surprise along the way, so I'm going to walk you through all the details of how I made the soap, and then we'll cut it together at the end.
So I'm soaping at a lower temperature today. My fats are melted down at 96 degrees and my lye solution is within 10 degrees of that. And I usually use distilled water ice cubes just because it helps cut down on fumes and get it to temp quicker. And I love adding clays into my soaps as well. So I put a tablespoon of kaolin clay in and disperse that with the oils before adding my lye solution. I'm working with a couple different colors. I poured some off into some tomato powder and rose kaolin clay, and then the other portion is mixed in with a little bit of charcoal, just a little bit because that stuff can get pretty dark. And I also use my purple silicone loaf mold, which I love using. That's about 42 ounces, so I usually calculate my recipes for about 44 or 45 ounces, including whatever essential oils or fragrance I'm using, and that just gives me a little bit of extra batter to work with just in case I want to do a little textured top or something. And here's the Palmarosa and lavender essential oils. Now florals can cause soap to trace or accelerate quicker or even get all clumpy, but I've never worked with Palmarosa, so I was curious to see how it was going to behave. So I noticed right away it started clumping up with the charcoal one and in the one that I left the natural color. So that kind of surprised me a little bit, and I basically just tried to work quickly with what I had here to make the best of it. So my plan was to pour the colors into each of the four corners of the bowl and do a very gentle mix. So you can see how nice and smooth the red one did, but then the charcoal one got all clumpy super fast. So I was trying to look into it and didn't find much information on the internet. So if any of you know, let me know in the comments because I'm curious, why did it not get clumpy in the red one? I'm curious if the acid from the tomato powder might have done that or something. That's just a guess. So I'm going to keep looking into it and I'll let you know if I find anything. So I tapped it down to get the air bubbles out and then just put some of the extra charcoal and tomato on top. I was trying to do like a multicolored swirl on the top, but obviously with it being so thick, I poured off a little more charcoal than I wanted to, so I didn't get the nice multicolored swirl that I was going for. It kind of looks like a volcano right now with all these globs. I was tempted to just leave it like this. It looked kind of neat, and I thought it would give it an interesting textured top for the final bar after they were cut. But this is the problem that all of us soap makers have sometimes, is we end up messing with it more than we should instead of just leaving it alone. And that's what happened here. I took the back of a paintbrush and just kept swirling, trying to get some of that black to come through on top. And it ended up just being a muddled, clumpy mess. So yeah, don't do that. But I don't know if I have any tips for you on keeping this from accelerating as much as it did at this point. So yeah, if any of you guys know, let me know.
All right, it's been about 24 hours and this is the finished loaf, kind of looking like a marbled effect so far. It's still pretty soft because I didn't use sodium lactate in the lye solution this time.
And the Palmarosa smells heavenly, like green tea to me.
I'm going to make these into about 2.5 centimeter slices. That ends up making them about 4 ounces after they dry out. So I will just kind of speed through this and play some music while you enjoy. Well, that is it for today's video. Thank you guys again for joining me. I hope you like the marbled effect that ended up resulting from the mixing that I had to do before pouring. Not so bad after all. And if you stick around, I have lots of other fun soap making videos on my channel and more stuff coming up very soon. These kind of look like ultrasounds.